Cool. Hey, everybody. Tim Young over here in Malaysia, connecting with a guy over in Brazil who speaks a good amount of English. And apparently he says he plays piano and he's starting to study some guitar. What were you playing just now? That wasn't guitar, was it? Was that a keyboard or was that a harpsichord or something?
Deu para ouvir?
Pode ouvir bastante bem, sim. Interessante. É um teclado musical, não?
Isso. Yes.
Okay. Silly questions over here on WhatsApp. Bom, então, para você, o que hora é? São as 8h30, mais ou menos?
8h34.
Da manhã. Aqui, às 19h34, então, às 7h34
da tarde.
De tarde, ok? De noite. Yeah. Ok, em português, quando empieza a ser a noite?
Acho que 6, 7 horas.
Mais ou menos. Ok. Muito bem. Aqui na Malásia, muitas vezes, para as 4 da tarde, me diz, boa noite. Estou pensando, que quer dizer com isto? Não, é tarde. So, what do you have to do today, Wednesday?
Que eu tenho que fazer nada.
Nada, ok. Não tem estudos, não tem que estudar, não tem que assistir a aulas? Tem que trabalhar?
Não, isso que eu estou falando, tipo, não é que eu tenho, é que eu vou fazer, mas tipo, não é como se eu tivesse que fazer hoje.
O que tem que fazer? O horário para você hoje. Não tem, hoje não tem trabalho, yeah?
Não.
Amanhã sim.
Amanhã sim.
Ok.
Então, de manhã eu vou falar com você. À tarde eu vou treinar. À noite eu ensaio teclado.
Ok. Sozinho ou tem instrutor?
Não, do teclado é uma banda.
Não entendo isto.
Band. Banda, band.
Banda, band, ok. Ok. Tem um grupo de quantas pessoas?
Must be like 7.
Yeah.
Deve ser umas 7. No total, são mais. mas a gente divide, não são todos que ensaiam de uma vez só.
Okay. Muito bem. E onde fica? Paraná, yeah?
Isso.
Okay.
Vou enviar exatamente.
Tem mandado? Onde?
Eu tô achando aqui.
Estou chequeando WhatsApp, Hangout, Messenger.
Aqui. Aqui. Foi.
Okay. Tenho coordenados para você. Tenho um grupo de amigos. Uma está em. Oh, man. Yeah, great. My brain's going blank. Uma está em Uruguai. Outra está em. Não sei. Acho que é Peru. Fala português muito bem. E eu intento falar com elas antes e é bem difícil, mas quando não falo português durante como 2 dias, é como tenho é um pouco de medo, mas é mais não sei como se diz,
Receio?
é difícil começar a falar outra vez.
Afraid. You are afraid to start?
Yeah, yeah, really, it is. I think that's really what it is. Yeah, it's
Então, acho que seria receio. Receio é tipo um medo, mas não exatamente algo físico, sabe? Medo é tipo mais como eu tenho medo de aranha, por exemplo.
okay.
A fear that it's of something physical, you know.
Okay. So you've got multiple words for fears. Okay.
I think that for afraid would be receio.
Okay.
Outra coisa é que no inglês it's my brain is going blank, right?
Yep.
You have a different word. It's going white, but here it's just one word. Deu branco. É exatamente a cor.
So sento medo é mais para coisas físicas, então?
Isso é um medo, tipo, medo mesmo, assim. Sabe?
Por situação físico que tem
It's a real fear.
like of some actual real physical danger.
Yeah.
Okay.
But when you're just afraid of, or like an anxious,
Anxious.
ansioso,
Yeah.
anxious,
Anxious. Yep.
like when you have to do, a test or speech, something like this. It's more
Okay.
like receio.
Okay.
But you can use medo, but it's more like receio.
So when it gets to like when it starts affecting your body, that
Yeah.
that's maybe okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you. I've learned a good. So which what languages do you know? English, Portuguese.
And that I know for real, just that. I know a little bit, little of Spanish.
Okay.
It's
Well,
because
Spanish and
what?
Portuguese are close enough. If I speak Spanish, you'll
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
yeah. And it's because I watched a series that was on Spanish that is uh, La Casa de Papel. Do you
Okay.
know it?
No, never heard of that. I'll look it up while we're talking.
Never.
Where's it from?
Um, it's from Spain,
From
I
Spain.
guess.
Okay.
I don't know actually, but it's they eles assaltam a Casa da Moeda da Espanha.
Asalto a casa de muerda de money heist.
Ah, então eu
Ah,
assisti ela no original, que era espanhol. Já deu para pegar algumas coisas, principalmente mean words.
¿Cómo no?
Ah,
As primeiras, as primeiras palavras que tem que aprender qualquer idioma são as palavras mouse, ma,
é,
mouse,
here it's palavrão.
palavrão, yeah.
It, it would be something like a big word. That doesn't make no sense.
That's one of the hardest things about English is there's so many exceptions and there's so much stuff. You just, I mean, how do you know? You just have to know. So like there's this much vocabulary, but then you got to know like this many words to speak English because all the exceptions and the grammar, all the phrases that all of a sudden, like somebody was just talking about um, a progressive verb, you know, skiing. I went skiing. Well, skiing is also a noun, and there's a whole bunch of words like that. Sleeping, laughing. They're nouns also. They're not just
Yeah,
progressive verbs. And you just have to know it. There's no way around. You just have to know that stuff.
yeah.
There's one person from Brazil. I'm in one group that's really good. There's now I think there's 5 or 6 Brazilians in there, and there's 2 or 3 people that speak Portuguese really well. And I don't visit enough, but when I go visit, Layla, that's this lady Layla. Like today, she says hi to me. She sends a voice note of like a whole minute, and she starts talking. She's like, "Oh, sorry, I got to speak slower for Tim. Let me slow down." And you know, but still, I don't understand her. And she's from Sao Paulo, which is like that's an easy place to understand the accent. I don't know why I have so much trouble, but I can't understand her. It's horrible. So quite often it's like Layla, Pode, um, um, how did I can't even remember. Pode digitar o que tem, acabo de dizer. So I like ask her to like write out what she said, and quite often she will. Um, I don't know why I can't understand her. She's just hard to understand. Some of her what she says, some of what she says is expressions. You know, it's not standard university Portuguese, but a lot of it, just her normal everyday speech, I can't understand. I don't know why.
Mas daí ela digitou para você?
Muitas vezes sim. É muito amável. Sim. Quero
Mas
ajudar.
esse último daí ela digitou também? Ou ainda
Ah,
não?
ainda não.
Quer me mandar ele pra gente ver se a gente consegue?
Okay. If I can figure out how to, okay.
Mas não é no Whats?
Está na Whats. Então,
Então,
pode
manda lá.
forward. Como se diz forward? Pode, posso mandar.
Forward seria. Não.
Mandar, não?
Send. Mandar é send.
Really? Yeah. Oh, forward. A different.
Send forward.
What would we're trying to ask you? What would you say in Portuguese to explain that? Forward the audio. How would you say that in Portuguese?
Forward. I've never heard this before. Forward the audio.
Okay.
Encaminhar o áudio. Encaminhar é pegar algo e enviar para outra pessoa.
Ok. E parece
Por
bom para
exemplo,
você dizer isto assim?
sim. Na verdade, por exemplo, essa é a palavra para um e-mail. Tipo, eu estou mandando um e-mail para você, mas eu quero que outras pessoas vejam esse e-mail também. Eu encaminho para elas.
Ok. Pesquisa ou mensagem? A ver. Há mensagens demais.
Boa tarde, Tim.
Ok.
Você está?
Tenho uma mensagem agora. Vou encaminhar, então. Ah! Não.
O quê?
O meu what? Não. Ah! Congelada. Tenho que. Vou guardar o áudio e mandar de novo.
Tá.
Se posso. Ok. Bom, eu faço aqui no laptop. Como se diz? Laptop?
Aqui é notebook.
Oh, you don't pronounce the e's nearly as much as my other friend. Notebooky. Yeah.
Because it's kind of wrong.
Okay.
Notebook. It's wrong.
I like that. I'll let my friend Johnny know that.
There's we make fun of other accents here.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Well,
in South, even if I am in South, the southest of the Brazil in Rio Grande do Sul, that would be something like big river of south.
Okay.
Rio Grande do Sul.
Yeah. Okay.
They have a lot of expressions that we make fun of it, like ba and che, that has no make a, there, there's just not exist, it's just of them.
Okay.
And another things like in Rio de Janeiro, they talk with the E with the sound of E. The E. Oh, wait. The E with sound of the E on Portuguese. So here, E has the sound E. Or vocals. I don't know.
Okay.
It's A, E, I, O, U. You know that?
Yes. Okay. Até agora, entendo.
E, eles falam com som de I. Então, em vez de leite quente, é leite quente.
Okay.
Igual o que você falou do seu amigo.
E assim, sim, assim.
Notebook. É notebook. Notebook.
Ok.
Mas no Rio Grande do Sul, eles falam o oposto. Eles forçam o E mais. Igual leite quente.
Ok.
Não tem um meio termo. Seria leite quente. Deixa eu ver o áudio aqui. Nossa. Ela falou: olha, você pode visitar seus grupos, mas nem use esse aí no nosso, tá? Entendeu isso?
No.
You can visit the groups, but don't use this on ours. I don't know what is this on this case.
As an excuse. Don't use that as an excuse. Right? Diz que devo cair lá no grupo, então devo apresentar-me no grupo.
Wait. Tá. Eu vou escrever.
Obrigado.
Então, tem um problema. Ela fala devagar, só que tem algumas expressões que ela junta e sai rápido e não consegue entender. Eu tive dificuldade
Really?
em entender.
Okay.
Sim. Por
Interessante.
exemplo, ali, ela fala, o certo seria, mas nem use esse aí do nosso, tá? A gente quer você aqui. Mas daí ela pega e junta tudo a gente quer. Sabe? Fica, ó, mas
Okay.
nem use isso aí do nosso, tá? A gente quer você aqui, entendeu? Ela
Okay.
faz isso. Daí não tem como entender mesmo.
Não entendi. Ainda não entendo o que quer dizer isso, mas nem use esse aí do nosso tá.
É, do contexto, eu não sei o que se trata, mas seria exatamente but don't use this one of ours, okay? I will type that.
Nem use esse
Eu,
aí do nosso.
eu acho que ela está se referindo a alguma coisa passada relacionada ao grupo, porque não tem nada no áudio. Porque eu
Yeah.
achei que ela tinha falado no nosso, mas ela fala do nosso. Não sei o que é.
Ok. Realmente não entendo, mas bom. Entendo o que quer dizer. Eu preciso apresentar-me mais frequentemente no grupo, participar mais.
Uhum.
E ela tem, sim, tem torneio de xadrez, entendi
Isso.
isso. Yeah. Que vai terminar bastante pronto, então ela pode participar mais no grupo.
Isso.
Cool.
Ah,
So you were the person that said you've never before yesterday you'd never spoken to a native English speaker. Was that you?
yes. I once have a I received a call of a I guess was a British woman, but it's like it's the sound was awful and I couldn't
Okay.
understand a single word of what was she saying, and it doesn't count.
So how did you learn your English? I mean, I can understand you. I think most people would. You can
Yeah.
communicate. You've gotten to a level where you can communicate. If somebody said I don't understand, you'd use different words, right? You'd still explain yourself. How did you learn?
There is something that I will also ask you about of how you learn your Portuguese.
Okay.
Besides, the calls and the link. If there's something else, like I said, I watch everything on English, movies, series, but it's still with the subtitles.
Ainda com oh, wait a minute. How do you say subtitles? I never remember that.
Legendas.
Huh?
Legendas.
Legenda. Yeah, I never that
That's
just doesn't
that is something that uh, a lot of Brazilian people mistakes because uh, legendas remember of legends, but legends are lendas. So
okay.
people think that legendas are legends, but no, it's subtitles. And that's one thing I said in the other call, that I like English more than Portuguese. And I understand that there's just there's a lot of things cool on Portuguese because it's more complex, I guess, and there's words that
It
can
sounds it sounds really cool.
express
It really does.
express the feelings better than the English, like the saudade
Saudade, yeah.
that you don't have, and a lot
Yeah.
of other, especially mean words. Mean words,
Really?
it's something
Oh,
really,
so okay.
really cool.
So we can curse people out better in Portuguese. Good.
Like um, here we have the word foda. Do you already heard?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good word in Spanish.
So foda, it's like sex. You know, the real meaning of the word is that, but
But you
we
never
use
mean that.
we use for a lot of different ways. Uh,
Have you ever seen
like
have you ever seen the comedian George Carlin? He had
George, let me see.
George
George.
Carlin, he had an entire actually he did this thing for a couple different years where he had a whole thing on
Yeah,
fuck. Fuck. It's so useful. It's so versatile. It's a noun, it's an adjective, it's an adverb. It's you can use it this way, you can use it that way. You can use it for everything.
yeah. Foda, it's kind of it. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. So foda, it's for something that is awesome. If something it's very awesome, the best. It's
Okay.
foda. You know,
That would be in English.
like
That's holy fuck. That's good. Okay, yeah. Go on.
but you will say that oh, that thing is holy fuck.
Holy fuck. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, you will put
Or
in.
or that
Yeah,
is fucking awesome. That is fucking awesome.
yeah, yeah. But here foda will be exactly the fucking awesome.
Okay.
This is foda. Makes no sense. What else? uh it's also for something hard. Whoa, that test was foda, was hard, was tough.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So if you say that something is foda, it can be uh, cool or can be hard. What else? Uh, for make foda even more, meaning, you can add, like in English, you add the word fucking. You have awesome and you add fucking. It's fucking awesome.
Yep.
Here we have foda pra caralho.
Okay.
Caralho is dick. So it's foda pra caralho. Foda for dick. There's no. Uh,
But
what
that's like saying can opener though, right? Abre latas. You don't think about the words. You don't think about the fact that it's actually can opener. That's a phrase.
Yeah.
Fora de caralho. That's a phrase. You don't.
What else? So for cool, uh, if someone is screwed, it's fucked, then you will translate for fodido. It's
Okay.
the conjugation of fod. There's more meanings that I will probably remember later and send to you. Uh, so back to the other subject that was. Oh, that's one question that I have. Subject, it's for sujeito, like the word,
Yep.
And it's also for subject matter, materia for school, for example. If I say just subject, it will be the people will understand. Or I have to say subject matter.
No, if I say what subject are you studying in school?
It will be matéria or assunto.
Yeah.
All right.
Or what's your
So I
major?
can say that.
I mean, it could be what's your major.
Yes. But if I say just matter, then it's something like matter of physics, or it fits. So it fits too.
You don't usually just say matter. Matter would be like mass, something in physics.
Yeah. Yes.
What is the matter? What's the problem? Which is usually something you're asking a woman when she's crying. What's the matter? Honey, what's the matter? What's wrong?
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm missing one or two ways you could use the word matter. Yeah, matter is not a real popular word.
Yeah. I just asked because here we use matéria, just matéria. That would be matter.
Okay, yeah, material. That's a different story. We'll use the word material more often. So, what like do you have any study materials? I want to learn French. Do you have any study materials for French? That's a pretty common thing.
Yeah, that would be material. Yeah. But here, material would be something like more for physics, like books.
Okay.
Did you bring your material, your books, your notes, and your
But you
pencil?
know that material is also cloth, right? So this is a shirt. It was just a plain flat piece of material before somebody cut it up and sewed it into a shirt. So it started as just what they call a bolt of material. Bolt is it's cloth wound around a thing. I don't know. Bolt. I don't know why they call it bolt. I never thought about that before.
Both like the dog.
No,
Like
bolt as in bolt and nut. You screw a bolt into a nut.
both, like BOUT.
BOLT.
So like the dog boat.
No,
Don't you
no.
know the dog from the movie Boat?
Could be. Is that a movie?
Yeah. It's animation.
Real? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I skipped the last 20 years of all that kind of stuff, so I'm clueless when it comes to
I like
animation.
the Usain Bolt too.
Usain Bolt, exactly. Yes.
I'll send you the wait.
Okay, so a bolt is a unit of measurement used as an industry standard for various materials, from wood to canvas, typically materials stored in a roll. It can be 40 to 100 yards long. So what are we measuring? The weight or the... Okay.
Here's the...
Interesting. Yeah, so a bolt of cloth is a certain measurement, a certain quantity, and I don't... typically 39 yards long for whatever reason.
All right. So back to the subject, we are talking about the La Casa de Papel that you didn't know.
Okay. Yeah.
and I watch it, so I get some words, and I also one another thing that I do for learning. It's that how I am a musician. I like to learn songs. Like
Yeah.
I always did that, and I just for because I like the song of one song that is on the series.
Series. Yep.
It's just series or series.
The series.
No, but one single series will be
One episode of the series.
no. Wait. So series has no singular. It's series for one and for a lot.
The
Always series.
singular of a series is the first season of a series.
No, but if I am talking just about one
It's an
specific series,
it's an
like La
episode.
Casa de Papel. La Casa de Papel, it's a series.
Yeah. And show
Uh,
number 5 is the 5th episode of the first season of the series.
all right. So the word series without the S doesn't exist.
Siri. No, that's a thing on my iPhone that when I say, "Hey Siri," I can say, "What's the weather? What's the weather in Chicago? What time is it in Chicago?"
You know that there's one app of uh, uh, A AI? No, AI? AI, inteligência artificial, artificial intelligence,
AI.
AI,
Okay. Okay.
AI, that I don't remember the name that was banned of Brazil, or Brazil was banned of the app. I don't know because it was estava influenciando negativamente a inteligência artificial.
Really?
Yes.
I just saw earlier today there's actually a robot who has been granted citizenship in Saudi Arabia.
It's Sin Simi. Sin Simi.
See,
I don't know how the name of it in other, but I will send you the
¿De qué estás
picture.
hablando?
Wait a minute. Here. Uh, Look if you know that guy.
Is that the robot?
Yeah, it's an app that
Oh, okay.
was cut it out of Brazil
Okay.
because
Um,
you know that
banned.
he yeah banned. He keeps learning of the with the conversations, the talks,
Okay.
and ours on Brazil was like making uh,
it's
making threats.
it says
Uh,
it says here some of its responses contain profanity,
that
criticism of leading politicians. So people protested against it in Thailand. Cool.
yeah.
I what I saw was a female robot earlier today. Um, I I think it was on YouTube. I don't know why I saw it, but it's a robot with artificial intelligence, and they showed it talking to I don't know if I knew who the guy was it was talking to at first, and then they showed it actually talking with Will Smith. And it was pretty interesting. They said that the robot has actually got citizenship in Saudi Arabia, so it's recognized as an entity, as a person in Saudi Arabia, and it does have artificial intelligence. So it is gaining, its intelligence is increasing with time. But the one big thing they did is they've got it set up so it's got all kinds of facial expressions. So she can do like scared and afraid and surprised and shocked, and just this robot can do a whole bunch of really cool expressions.
Right. What else? So back to the La Casa de Papel. So I learned one song of the series, and just because I liked, and then I get some other words, from the song, but it was pretty easy because Spanish it's similar to Portuguese. But that's something else that I do. I learned songs because it's having just the apps and just reading, or you have to expand the maximum possible ways for learning, because you start to getting bored.
Well, you're talking about you're learning how you learn, and that's a lot of people. If you sit in class, a lot of people never learn how they learn. You're in class, you just do what the teacher tells you to do. So you're learning how you learn, which is really awesome. I'm using a tool called Link, which it's a website and it's an app, LINGQ. And like I listened to the guy who actually had the app created for himself so he could learn language, because he only knew 5 or 6 languages when he was like 60. So now I don't know if he's 75, but he knows 17 languages fluently now. So he had this he had this app created, and the one thing I've heard him say, he's got a whole bunch of videos on YouTube talking about how to learn language. And the one thing he said was he like hates doing vocabulary review. So like this application Link, it keeps track of your vocabulary. So he's got a vocabulary of 40,000 words, for example, in Spanish maybe. But he says he hates going reviewing. So he just doesn't do the exercises. And it's interesting. I'm just starting to learn Russian with his system. And I'm the same way. I've went into some of the vocabulary exercises a couple times. And when it gives me a word and gives me multiple choice, I'm happy to do those. But then it'll go to another thing where it reads a word and wants me to type it. Well, I don't know how to spell anything in Russian. I can't spell, like there's probably 2 words I can spell in Russian because they're one letter. So I don't want same as this guy Steve. I don't want exercises. I'm just listening like crazy, and it's so like I haven't done this I haven't learned a language in 25 years, And the last time I learned a language, I was in a classroom and I had a really awesome professor. So I did exactly what he told me to do. Well, now I'm the guy directing my language. So it's interesting. I'm exploring and I'm learning how I want to actually learn Russian. And the cool thing is the system that I've got, it's flexible. So, days when I feel like I want to go look at vocabulary, I can do that. But usually I really don't think I will. The only thing I realize is I need, when I go and take a new lesson today, I've got to go repeat that lesson probably for the next, 3 times in the next week, or it evaporates, things you learn. They say you got to review stuff within 24 hours, or you lose all the stuff you learned.
Yeah. So, and I tested this yesterday because there's a woman in my work that makes particular
Particular. Say a sentence. Particular
classes or lessons.
Okay. That's the wrong word in English.
For a year, and
wrong word in English.
And it's not a lot of time for learning a language, like 1 year, but it's something against the nothing on me, because I never did particular lessons. And
I'm trying to get you to listen. That's wrong.
Why?
You don't say particular lessons in English.
Classes.
Private lessons.
Private lessons. It makes sense.
Particular is special, is specific. So you can watch a particular episode of a series.
Yeah. In Portuguese, it's particular. Aulas particulares.
Yep.
Privado.
Same in Spanish.
Privado se refere mais a, tipo, setor da economia ou uma empresa.
Oh, okay.
You have public empresa, a public company,
yep,
and a private company.
Private.
Like that. Private company. So he did private lessons for a year, and I never did. So I was talking with her, and she just can't speak. She can't speak in English. She has vocabulary. She has the knowledge of her book, but he can't just read. He can translate, but she can't read it.
Right. Not surprising. Yeah, I mean, when people go to a class, the problem is they don't think. They're not active. They're just passive. They just sit there.
Yes.
It's like you're on the train, you know, or it's like you're in traffic. When you're in traffic and you're driving, you can't control traffic, right? You can't go faster than traffic. You're in traffic.
Yeah.
That's it. And if you're studying on your own, oh, well, now if you need to go reread a book, you go do that. If you're studying in class, a lot of people never think about it. They never stop and think, oh, you know, if I went and read this book again, it would really help me out. They just don't bother thinking about it. How would I learn? What's the best thing for me this week to learn? They never ask themselves that, ever. It's crazy.
Yeah. So
my cat just came in the house, so it's time to feed the kitty cat. So here we go, feeding kitty cat.
All right. And she don't practice else. She just practice when she have a test to do, you know.
Yeah. But have you asked her why is she learning? Does she have any real reason to learn, or is it kind of a hobby?
I don't know, but I asked her if she want to do interchange sometime or something like that, but she don't want. She just isn't decided to do it, you know.
Yeah.
She just maybe.
See, I mean, I hear the way you're talking. I'm learning Russian now. You know, you can learn a language once a year or once every 2 years. I want to know 10 languages, and I know 3 now. So I know I need 7 more languages. So I need somewhere between 7 and 15 years to get to my 10 languages. And it's possible the lady you're talking about in 15 years, she'll still be trying to learn English.
Yeah.
You know? Because she's got no deadline. She's not worried about how effective she's being. She doesn't care. She's just going with whatever's happening.
So, like I told you before, I'm having trouble with link. I will show you. I am in it now.
Okay.
So I go to my lessons, and then I have here the part 1. You know?
I think you can share your screen if you want.
It's because I am on the cell phone in the Hangout.
Okay.
Because I don't have a webcam.
Okay.
So then I have dialogue.
Yeah, conversation.
Yes, a conversation here. So Mary, yes, just go straight ahead and you will find it. Peter, thank you very much. So what do I do here? I will.
Okay, so are any of the words there's 2 main things you do with those lessons. Are any of the words in blue right now?
There's some in gray.
Okay. I'm not sure what gray is. There is white, there's tan, there's blue, and I think I have seen gray, but I forget what that ends up meaning. So I made the mistake the other day. I fired up a lesson and I made the mistake. I pressed play and it played the audio, and I clicked the button to go to the next page, 5 times. And when the lesson was over, I realized I messed up, because you're supposed to go, when you come into a new lesson, you're supposed to go find all the blue words first, click on all of them, and you either mark them as a word you know already, or you grab a definition for them, and then they get added to your vocabulary list. So that's one thing.
There showed a message. Links limit exceeded.
Oh, well then, yeah, then you're, yeah, then I think actually everything's pretty much stopped at that point. What you can do, invite a friend with you. You can go get a link and you can invite somebody with your link. Then you get 100 more links, and they get, instead of starting with 20, they start with a limit of 120. So you'll have 100 words available, right? I was reading in the forums, use 99, never use the 100th one, and it doesn't work real well. What I did is I actually had spent I was sending the link out for about 2 months before I actually started using the system. So my limit is 2,000 links, and I'm at 250 right now. So like, I could go use the system for 10 hours today, and I still wouldn't run out of links. So I'm afraid gray means you're not able to really do anything. You can you can't save new words. You're stuck. You're stuck until you either invite somebody and increase your link limit, or you pay them $10. One or the other.
Yeah.
You can listen to things. You can read and listen. So you can go into a lesson and you can read through it. You can go into a lesson and there's a button you can press to play it. You can take the audio from a lesson and you can download. So like you can take the MP3 audio, download it, stick it on your telephone. One thing I realized with like, I mean, your English is good, right? So one thing I did with Portuguese, which I'm good at, is I went and I looked for podcasts, because I got frustrated with these 5-minute things really quickly. I wanted something that was 45 minutes. And podcast, just search podcast, and I got some really cool stuff that way. But yeah, if you've hit your limit of links, the system, the whole vocabulary part of the system is like broken at that point. I know some people say they actually like they can't even click on buttons because it'll immediately say your link limit has been exceeded or something.
Yeah, it shows in the right side numbers. It's now it shows here in the cell phone. It doesn't show. It's the days. Review in 1 day, review in 3 days, review in 7 days, review in 30 days, review never. Remove and don't include in the stats.
There's a lot of cool stuff in the vocabulary area for like practicing and reviewing, and their exercises are kind of cool. But like I said, I kind of agree with the guy that founded the whole system. I don't want to go play vocabulary. I don't want to learn stuff. I just want to go listen and read.
Right.
I might go listen and read to a lesson 10 times. I'm personally not going to go study vocabulary.
Yeah. This is kind of the exercises. It's very similar to Quizlet that I talked.
It sounded a lot like it. What you were explaining though with Quizlet, you can actually tell it that you only want to see multiple choice or something. Is that right?
Yes, you choose. You choose.
And I don't know how to choose my preferred activity. I don't know if we can do that. I don't know if we can do that in Link. Quizlet, that was one thing you mentioned about Quizlet that sounded really cool.
Yeah, and it's cool because you can just say, like, I have a list from Gavin from Small Adventures of 20 phrasal verbs, right?
Yep.
Then I started. It's simple, just the phrasal verb and the Portuguese version of it, like put up with and aguentar, like this. It's just this, just 2 cards, and then you have 3 options. You can have multiple choices, like 4 choices, like is on Link. You can just you have an option when he will just shows the card with the put up with, and then you turn it. So you say if you made it right or wrong. So you have to remember you don't have the options to choose, and you also have it's.
I'm happy to do those. I'm happy to do those.
Yes. That it's kind of similar to the card, that it's type it. Then you have the put up with, and then you type aguentar. That one I don't do it. The card is a lot more practical.
Personally, I'm doing Russian and I don't know the letters yet, so like it's interesting. I look at the stuff on the page, and I think I'm remembering, like one of the lessons is I speak Russian, I speak German, I speak English, I speak French, I speak Japanese, I speak Chinese. And partly I know sometimes I'm remembering where the word is on the page. I'm not necessarily remembering the word, and I'm not looking at the words in detail. I don't know how to spell them. And I don't have my keyboard isn't set up to do Russian right now. So I can't even type Russian currently. So I wouldn't be able to write like I said, I think I know 2 words in Russian that I can spell because they're each 1 letter long.
Yeah.
But I know I'm picking up on grammar patterns. I know that, he, she, you, familiar. There's these different things, there's like yo, tú, vosotros, ustedes, stuff like that. I got my dictionary in Spanish right now.
Yeah.
And I know that most of the time the verbs, the endings change on the verb, and I know they're supposed to agree. I noticed one of the lessons they were doing numbers, and I noticed that if you had 1 of something, the noun was one way, and then if you had between 2 and 5, the ending was different. And then from 6 onwards, then it was plural. It wasn't actually plural until you hit 6 of something, which was interesting. But that was true for rubles and for dollars. But then with euro, the endings didn't change. So, there's these, I've noticed these things, right? I don't understand. I haven't bothered. I don't want to go look up the grammar yet. I don't care yet. But there's these patterns that I'm noticing. And this is the thing that I think a lot of people are afraid. They're afraid to go look at a language without studying grammar. A lot of people, because that's what you do in school is you pop a book open and you read grammar for 3 months.
But it's wrong because imagine if I want to, it's echoing in your, I don't
Is
know.
it?
Yeah. But anyway,
Shouldn't be. Yeah.
now it seems like now it stops. It stopped it, but
Stop.
It stopped. Stopped. Yeah. So if I want to learn all the meanings of the verb get, to get, there's a lot of meanings. You guys use it for everything, and if I go check the meanings, and the grammar and all the kind of stuff, I will just give up.
You could spend months. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better when you start to see it and start to see in the practical way.
Go watch
Go
watch the Roadrunner and go watch Ben and go watch Tom and Jerry and be happy. Watch the Family Guy.
Yeah, no, Family Guy, it's good. So in the quiz, besides these 3 options of cards and type it and multiple choices, you can choose which one. So you have the put up with the English version or the aguentar, that is the Portuguese. You can choose which one of these you want to answer. So you can have the card of put up with and answer with aguentar, or you can have the word of the card of aguentar and answer put up with. This is cool because you can make like a scale of progress. You start with the multiple choices of answering Portuguese.
That's easy.
And you do this and learn. Then you go to multiple choices of answering with English. Then you go to card with English answering Portuguese. So then you will have to remember you will not have the options.
Yep.
And then you choose for the best that it is what you use to communicate. That is taking the word on Portuguese and remember what is the word on English.
Actually mentioning what you just mentioned, I have a question for you. I've got a friend who is going to Spain on Friday, and she's learning Spanish. We can understand her, no problem. She's got an English accent. Her pronunciation is English, you know, all that kind of stuff. And what she told me today is she's still translating. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know, from what I've seen, I'm pretty sure you know enough. You can just stop translating. It's scary when you do. Are you translating? You're not translating, are you? Normally.
No. Just when I get stuck or my brain go blank and I have to remember what is the word on Portuguese.
Edge cases. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, you know, I haven't seen many people go through the process yet, but I'm looking forward to just helping a whole bunch of people, because I bet you there's a lot of people that should have stopped translating 6 months ago, but they're still translating because they just, again, back to fear. And it's a habit. It's what they've done. So they just keep doing it.
Yeah. Actually, I also, to improve, I try to make the opposite. When I am talking with somebody on Portuguese, I try to think on English and then translate to Portuguese.
Ooh, cool.
That is that.
I will try that in Spanish. That sounds interesting.
It's more interesting when you are talking with somebody on English and then you just change to Portuguese to talk with somebody else. You know, you are talking with two different people. Changing.
Back in January, I had just started speaking. I mean, I hadn't spoken Spanish or Portuguese, neither of them really, for 25 years. And I just decided, screw it, it's time. It's time. And I was still in the United States. I spoke a little bit of Spanish and Portuguese while I was there. When I got back here to Malaysia on like the 8th of January, I started doing videos on YouTube or on Facebook, and I would do English and then Portuguese and then Spanish, you know, Portuguese and English and Spanish. It was really interesting. When I would switch to Portuguese, it was no problem. I just start talking. No problem at all.
Yeah.
When I would switch to Spanish, I'd freeze. There'd be this half a second of fear of, oh crap. And it took me a little while to figure it out. And I think it was pretty simple. My idea of my Portuguese was that it wasn't very good. I was going to sound like an idiot. It was expected. My idea of my Spanish was, I got a degree in Spanish. I am good at Spanish. And I don't want to sound like an idiot speaking Spanish. And so with Portuguese, no fear. I sound like an idiot. That's perfect. Spanish, I'm afraid of sounding like an idiot.
Yeah. All right. So, but Quizlet, it's very fun too, and like
it sounds powerful. Yeah. The ability to actually tell it which type of exercise you want. I like that idea. I like that a lot.
Yeah. And I really learned, because it was a lot of phrasal verbs that I didn't know, and it's fun because there's some of them that are very similar, like put down, put off, it's all put or something.
Does it already have a bunch of stuff in the system for you, or did you have to go find something in Google and load it in there?
It's something that everyone can do. You can do your.
It's just a tool with no database at all when you start, right?
Yes. So like
you go to Google. You go to Google. You make up a list. You make up a text list or a spreadsheet, and then you import those. Right?
You can do this, but you can also create. When you create, you can share with the word. So that's it. Like so these phrasal verbs are from Gavin from Small Advantage.
Okay, you know? Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's very nice. So you can also
you
put your voice.
You imported lists from Gavin, basically.
Yeah, you can access right from the app.
Awesome. Okay. That's a
And
cool feature. That's very cool.
then you have the cards that he made, and you also have his voice when you put listen the English version.
Oh,
Because
really? Okay.
very
Ooh,
cool.
ooh, this is branding. I need to go do this.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I need to make
And
I need to make lists for my students in multiple languages. English,
yeah.
English to Spanish, English to Portuguese, English to Bahasa.
But it's cool. And I guess I really learned because let me see how much I remember of the 20. Put up with, aguentar, put down, insultar, put off, it's adiar, plug in, conectar, look forward to, aguardar, uh, turn into, tornar, virar, uh, turn out, acabar, end up, acabar também, um,
Turn up.
turn up. I guess it doesn't have turn up on the list.
Okay.
Oh no.
Turn off.
Turn off.
Two different meanings.
Turn off would be desligar, but it isn't on the list too.
What?
Turn off would be desligar. Turn something off.
I'm
No.
not familiar with that word. There's apagar.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's another meaning that is like with a person, with their feelings, to turn them away, to make them not interested. That's also turn off.
All right. Yeah, it would be something like desligar. Desligar, it's like the apagar, but for turn off the computer. Seria desligar o computador.
Okay, I'm searching.
Um, so what else? Make out, distinguir.
Also, suck fade.
Yes, and this is cool because I saw the make out and in Quizlet, and it was just distinguir, and then I got myself thinking. I already saw this in another place, and I guess it's in a movie, but it wasn't that meaning. And then I searched for and was in Scott Pilgrim, and it's the other meaning. It wasn't distinguished because he asked the lady, "Can we make out now?"
Okay.
What else? There's more. Look up, pesquisar, bring up, mencionar, uh, figure out, resolver. Now I'm going blank. Well, it was 13. It was good. But if I do this with the app, get the words on Portuguese, and then I will know how which one is it's qual é qual, which one is we no
Yep. Which one is which?
which
Yep.
one is it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And also, this is the learning part. When you complete it, because it has a scale. When you this is something. Do you have a single word for acertar? When I hit?
To hit sounds about right. Yeah.
When I hit?
Achieve almost, actually.
What?
Achieve?
When I achieve. But achieved is more like reach, like alcançar.
Yeah.
I want something like, make it right,
To hit or to settle. To shoot, yeah. I mean, if you hit the target, to shoot. But yeah, hit or settle is what Reverso says for acertar.
Yeah, it's the opposite of mistakes. But anyway, when you hit a word or the system the app will know, and he will take this word out,
Okay.
And
When you get it right.
Yes. And when you mistakes, then it will repeat this word a lot.
Cool.
So you can learn it. It doesn't have the system of the link of remembering like in 1 day or in 3 days. It doesn't work like that. You get a list of cards and then you go
plus and minus,
to
basically.
it. Yes. And until you get the 100% of knowing each one of it. So I already get this one of phrasal verbs, one of 25 fruits. Let me see how much I remember. Pear, pineapple, you have strawberry, raspberry, and blackberry. What else?
Have you
Apple.
ever eaten blackberries?
No.
They're really good when they're ripe. You gotta be careful if you're picking them in Canada, because you may end up fighting with bears for real.
Right. What else? Coconut.
And see, this is part of what the guy that started Link. He's like, okay, so tell me how often in your life are you going to talk to people about coconuts and pineapples? If you're talking to them about visiting Rio de Janeiro, maybe, because you're going to drink it with vodka. But
yeah.
So that this guy Frank, who started Link, his whole thing is, don't just go learn a list of vocabulary. His whole thing is, find something interesting from National Geographic, or grab a news article or something, grab some real stuff and read that and learn the vocabulary in that stuff. So it's kind of intriguing that you have spent some time on pineapple, and it's not a word that we use very often, unless you're a chef and you're doing crappy Chinese food, or crappy Thai food. There is pineapple fried rice in Thai food. So that's one thing. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that debate in the next 3 years about how should you just go learn fruits and learn colors and learn plants and learn animals, or not. And I'm with Russian, I'm definitely not doing it that way. I'm starting with whatever they throw at me as lessons, which again, I mean, it's artificial. What I did is actually what Frank himself says to do is go actually get like a small grammar book, something that's 10 chapters for your language, and just read it Don't study it. Don't reread it. Just read it front to back. Just read it. And then go start your lessons and start your reading and start your listening. When I first logged on the system and I was trying to use Link for Russian, I'm like, I am freaking lost. There's no way I can do any of this. And then I looked in the forum, and there was a guy that said, okay, I've got Russian from zero. Here, come look at my lessons. And the stuff that was created by the Link staff, it's kind of advanced. I don't know how elementary I am, but I couldn't do that stuff. But this guy's Russian from zero, his first lesson was the alphabet, which I listened to it and I skipped it. I haven't learned the alphabet yet. And I went right on to his lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm on lesson 8 now. And one of them was money. And another one was, who is that? Another one was, what is that? Just real simple things. So he's talking about houses and chairs and tables, real basic stuff. And I don't think I've seen, I think 2 colors so far, I think. And it may not even be from his material. It might be from, I'm listening to some other podcasts. So I might have heard the colors on another podcast. So I find that really interesting. The balance between, let's go learn about ducks and chickens and geese and 50 kinds of birds versus let's go actually listen to a nursery rhyme. We heard it 25 years ago when we were kids, and let's go listen to it now in Russian. And that's another part of this guy's system. When you get to the point where you're learning your second and your third language with the Link system, one thing he's done is he's got the same stories, and they've been read in 50 languages. So if you go through the standard set of stories that they've got in Spanish, for example, and then later on you're learning Swedish or French, you'll actually read the same stories, but you'll read them in Swedish or in French. So to some extent, you'll remember what the stories are, and you're just repeating them in a new language at that point, which it's good and bad. There's boredom. There's a boredom factor there, but there's also a familiarity factor. So you can actually pick some things up faster that way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm just ready to hang up, and we have another visitor. Marcos. Tudo bem?
One moment.
But it's cool on Quizlet, because you can choose. Like I did the fruit because was just 25 would be easier and fast, and then I did, but it was on the beginning. Now, like I am with.
Were you doing that? You were doing that with English or with Spanish, or what language were you learning the fruits in?
English.
It was English. How many were actually new? How many fruits were new fruits for you out of 25?
The majority.
Okay.
Majority. And I only knew like pineapple and apple and banana and coconut, and like this
strawberry.
more popular.
Strawberry, orange.
Yeah, orange, strawberry. Yeah, grape.
Como se diz cereza in Portuguese?
Cereja.
Yeah. Okay.
Cereja. Like cherry.
Yeah. Did you know that one before the?
Yes.
You did. Okay.
That one wasn't on the list.
Oh, it wasn't. Okay. Marcos, what's? Oh, there you are finally.
Hello, can you see me? I'm
Hi.
sorry, guys.
Yeah, hi. 5 minutes
Hi,
later.
I see your hand.
I'm sorry.
Let's all put our hands up in front of our cameras.
No, I'm trying to put it. A moment.
High five, high five.
You have to stand up to adjust your camera, then you're gonna sit down. It looks like, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So I think now I'm ready.
Okay. Let's test it out. Yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good.
Okay.
Onde fica você?
I'm from Brazil. Brasil.
Onde? De que parte?
Assim, São Paulo.
São Paulo. Okay.
It's São Paulo.
Have you shot any robbers lately?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
Your Mother's Day wasn't that exciting?
Yeah, it was super. It was excited. I spent time with family, my mom, grandma. It was great.
Cool. No shootings?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
What does that mean?
That was in Sao Paulo, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I got it.
There was a guy who came up to a school and was trying to steal a purse from somebody, pulled out a gun, and there was a police lady there and shot him, and he ended up dying. That was Sao Paulo, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But I don't live in the capital, the big one.
Sao Paulo is huge. I mean, the traffic when I was there like 15 years ago or so, or no, it would have been 19 years ago. Traffic was horrible 19 years ago. I'm scared to even think about what traffic is like there now.
Yeah, it was always like that, crazy traffic. A lot of people so hurry up, and unfortunately, it's happened.
I had a business trip there, and I got to the office the first day, and the admin in the office were like, "Oh, so how was your flight and how was your hotel?" And I think it was the second day. I was like, "Find me a hotel that's closer. I can't deal with the traffic getting to my hotel. Just move me somewhere closer."
Oh yeah. Did you find it?
Well, I was just hopping in a cab, right? I could hand a piece of paper to the cab driver and say, "Here, take me to this place."
Oh, so. Okay, and it works. Like everything was okay.
I don't remember. Well, I was at big hotel, so I was probably at like the Ramada or something like that. I was at a well-known hotel, the Hilton. So it was no problem.
Oh, that's okay.
And I mean, my Portuguese wasn't bad at that point. That was only 2 years out of college. When it was the 23 years after that, when I didn't speak any Portuguese at all, that I would have had trouble.
Really? What happened? Where were you that
I just
problem with Portuguese?
I didn't live in places where I had anybody to speak with. I was in Chicago and then in California. There's I don't know any Brazilians in the United States. I don't. Other than my professor back at the university and some students. There were plenty of people to speak some Spanish with, but they didn't speak Spanish from Spain. And then we moved to Singapore, and we're pretty short on Latin speaking languages over here. And then we moved to Melbourne. Lots of Greek. I'm sure there's
so many places.
I'm sure there's Portuguese and Spanish there, but I didn't go find the people. And then we moved. Now we've been in Kuala Lumpur now, and again I ran into some people. I met some people in the grocery store. Really, I met people from Brazil a couple times in the grocery store. I met a couple people from Colombia that were actually studying English here for about a month or 2 months. But I've never gone looking. I've never gone and looked up the Brazilian embassy or the Spanish embassy or the Colombian embassy or anything like that, for example. I've never gone to find expat groups.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I should.
That's too.
Have you gone to find the American expats in your city?
Oh, actually, I remember one day, only one day, I was walking down the street and I just ran into one guy who it's from, I think, from USA,
Okay.
but he is just is studying here in Brazil just to learn the language as well. But I didn't have the opportunity to talk to him. Like I recognize he is from uh, USA because the accent, the way he was interacting with other Brazilian guys here, and but I didn't take the opportunity to talk to him.
After
But
I attacked,
that's okay.
after I attacked like 2 or 3 groups of ladies at the grocery store I go to, there's this one grocery store that's got a lot of American things, and it's kind of more of an international grocery store than others.
Yeah.
And they have a cafe, and there were quite a number of Spanish speaking ladies that actually went there like 2, 3 times a week, and they would purposely go at the same time, and they would sit and talk for an hour and a half. There were a couple times I like heard him speaking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you're speaking Spanish, and like I went and attacked them, and I learned that they don't really appreciate that, and you shouldn't really do that.
Yeah. I
Especially
didn't know that.
especially women from Spain kind of think they're better than you are, so you really don't want to go try to attack them with their language.
Oh yeah.
Women
Too bad.
women from Spain think well of themselves, especially when they're probably diplomatic wives and stuff. So
I don't know. Probably if some American just run into me and just say if they speak Portuguese, I don't care if they come to me because I really appreciate it.
yeah, but you're like 1 out of 100, or
Yeah.
even more rare than that.
I think so.
So Marcos, you've been ignoring my other guest here. Say hi to Bruno.
Oh, I'm
Well,
sorry.
you said my name. I want to do an experiment here.
Oh,
Marcos, where do you
Yeah.
think I am from?
Um, I have no idea, but give me a try, or let's guess.
he's a terrorist. You can tell that by his hoodie, right?
Terrorist.
He is, yeah.
Um,
Where's a popular terrorist site in the world?
You told me your address.
did I don't know.
I'll send you my address on WhatsApp. Don't worry.
Okay. Where
No,
are you
no
from?
idea. No guessing.
No guessing. Malaysia?
The name Bruno don't give you any idea.
Brazil?
Yeah, I am from Castro, Paraná.
Whoa, that's crazy. I mean, that's good.
And you know how a lot of, I mean, well, here's a crazy fact for you. Marcos, how many Americans have you spoken to in your life?
I think kind of originally from USA, I think like 2 people.
Wow. Okay. Bruno told me I'm the only person he's ever talked to from an English speaking country.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, and here I've got 2 of you guys on my screen. So I got 2 people I can speak Portuguese with perfectly right now.
Yeah.
I'm wealthy.
Yeah, pretty cool.
So how long have you been studying English? What's been how did you get your English?
I'm sorry.
How long
repeat
have you studied English, and how did you learn?
Oh, okay. So I've been learning the language for
Bruno,
about
you didn't ask me that, did you? We didn't get that question answered, I don't think. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Okay. For the last 2 years,
2 years?
I've been, I've been studying the language. It just, I got a lot of stuff on internet, like on YouTube channel, also on website, apprenticeship program, which is pretty cool.
Oh, cool.
Like,
Okay.
and also, basically, I take like 1 or 2 hours per day just to practice and study new words, new vocabularies, and practice my pronunciation and so on. So I'm a hairdresser. I don't know if I have mentioned it
I haven't
before.
heard that before. No? Okay.
No. And so I also watch a lot of video on YouTube about hair because the reason why I start off learning the language, it was because I met a girl, Australia girl, that came to Brazil, and she went to get her hair done at the
Okay.
hair salon. And I was like, I would like to help her to order what she wants to do on her hair.
Was she
And I
cute?
was like, I'm sorry,
Was she cute?
she cute? Yeah. Okay, I got it. Yeah, so she went to the hair salon. She wants her hair done. And I was like, okay, even though I knew some words in English, I wouldn't be able to talk to
Mm.
her and help her. And I felt so frustrated. And that's why I make that decision to learn it. I say, okay, Marcos, for now on, what I have to do is learn the language, because if you have the opportunity to meet someone abroad and just came to Brazil and go at the hair salon, what I have to do is help her or
You've
anyone.
gone way beyond talking about hair and hair products at the hair salon, though. You've learned a
Yeah,
lot more English than what you required for that purpose.
yeah, I think so. Because I know that not only on hair salon, I would be like, I have to learn some words just only about hair. I know that probably I'm gonna meet someone. It does how to catch up with them and talk different topics. Obviously, I
Cool.
do make mistake all the time. Sometimes I have no idea what they are saying because I don't know every word in English. But when I run into some word that I have no idea what that mean, I take my notebook and write it down, and then I look it up on internet just to know what does that mean.
That tells me two things, which I knew already before you said that. One, the ability to write something down is actually a complex thing. First, you got to be able to separate the words, and that's the first thing I think people have trouble with in another language is when you start hearing natives speak, they're going so fast, it all just blurs together. And the second thing is English, the spelling is so screwy. If you're able to spell things and write them down, that's good. When you start searching them in Google, how often do you find out that you've spelled them wrong? I would expect 30 or 40% of the time you heard it, but it's spelled differently.
Yeah, I think so. I
Quite
didn't know what you mean about scramble or something like that.
well. For example, I went and I studied in Madrid, and when all of us got to Madrid, we had a 1 month orientation period, and I think it was about a week before orientation was finished. We were supposed to go find ourselves a place to live. We'd pick up the newspaper on Saturday morning, like everybody else in Madrid does, at 6 a.m., and we'd start calling, and people would talk like this, and most of us wouldn't understand what they were saying. We would try talking, and they would hang the phone up on us.
Wow.
Um, now, my My Spanish was a little better than the others, so I think I did a little better understanding. But normally, when you're learning another language, when you're first listening, when people talk to you, it's just like this stream of sound, and you can't pick out the words. You can't even pick the words out.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you can't catch the words, there's absolutely no way you can say, oh, verb, noun, adjective.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
I'm
no
not
way you can
focused.
write them down to look them up in the dictionary.
No. It's just some words like that I recognize, or even when I'm watching a videos on YouTube, probably I will turn on the subtitles
There you go.
and I
Okay.
can see what is written. But
Legenda.
that's okay. Legenda, isso.
This is a lesson from earlier talking with Bruno.
How long have you been here in this live?
I think an hour. How long has it been? I'm not sure.
No,
1 hour?
it's like 2 hours now.
Has it been okay? 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah, it's
That's
been
amazing.
it's been a good conversation. This is a better conversation than others. There's other ones I'm going to edit. This one is good. This one I will probably edit just to break it into pieces and make it multiples because there've been a number of good topics here.
Yeah.
We spoke Portuguese for probably 5 or 10 minutes, and we've talked about a number of different topics in English now.
Okay. Bruno haven't talked a little bit. He's so quiet.
You're monopolizing conversation right now, friend. You haven't
want to interrupt you.
You haven't included my other guest in conversation. Either have I.
You want to speak English? Speak Portuguese?
We could do Spanish.
Oh, I don't
no.
speak Spanish.
Pero yo puedo hablar
can't.
español y me podés entender.
Oh,
Sí.
yo no falo.
Ooh, one of you can understand me. This could be fun.
We can understand you, but we can't speak in Spanish.
You speak Spanish?
Hablo español por 5 minutos ahora. Vamos.
Vamos.
Vamos então.
Marcos, ¿tienes tu pasaporte? ¿Has viajado a otros países?
No, ainda não.
¿Y qué has visitado en Brasil? ¿Cuánto del país cuánto del país de Brasil conhece você?
Eu conheço 5 lugares, mais ou menos. Não muitos.
5 estados ou 5 ciudades?
5 cidades.
Ciudades. ¿En cuántos estados?
Em 3 estados. Paraná.
Ok. Paraná. Oh.
Paraná.
Yeah. Ok.
São Paulo.
E Rio.
Nunca estive no Rio ainda.
Eu sim.
Na verdade é bem...
Yeah,
você já?
Yeah.
Isso é uma coisa bem engraçada, porque...
Soy el único en este video que ha visitado a Rio de Janeiro. Yay!
You are the bravery one here.
What's that?
Você é o mais corajoso aqui.
Bom, faz 29 anos, não, 19 anos atrás que visitei. Acho que não era tão mal então como agora.
Realmente não era. Não era tão mal quanto agora. Na verdade, isso é uma coisa bem engraçada que eu acho a respeito de pessoas que moram em outros países, que vêm para o Brasil e vão para o Rio de Janeiro, pontos turísticos aqui.
Acabo de mirar ver um video em YouTube de un hombre de Estados Unidos con su familia en Rio. Era como hace 3 años y estaban hablando de todo. Creo que no decía casi nada de seguridad, que me asustaba. Pero sí, estaban allí jugando en la playa y todo esto. Parece que sí, tenía bastante plata y estaba en lugares mejores, pero todavía sí, según lo que oigo, no es muy seguro allí, ¿verdad?
Verdade.
El ejército está controlando la situación, es lo que oigo. Y bueno, tengo un amigo que es por parte de la policía y quiero hablar más con él de la situación. Pero también tengo 2 o 3 amigos en Rio y no me digan nada, no me dicen que hay problemas.
Eu acho que agora tá bem resolvido.
Mi esposa me está llamando.
Está
Espérame.
amando. Ah, está te chamando. Ok.
All right. So, Marcos, what is up? Do you have many friends of Brazil that you can talk with that are like fluent on English?
Unfortunately, not. There are some universities here that probably have students who are learning the language, curso de letras, né? And sometimes they just meet each other, like se juntam, né, e conversam um pouco a respeito da língua, mas in Brazil, no. I don't have no one to speak in
And
English.
from another countries besides the team here, anyone else?
Oh, I'm sorry. Could you repeat it?
Besides the team that is here with us, do you have any friends of another countries that you talk with?
Yeah. So I got one from USA, Utah.
Yeah.
One from Massachusetts.
Utah.
Utah. Yeah.
Utah.
Only native speaker. I mean, it's only that ones. Like I mentioned before, just 2 person.
And me. You're forgetting me.
And
I'm right here. Hi.
Yeah. Exactly. By the way, how to pronounce your name?
In English, Tim.
Tim?
So Uchimi.
Timmy. Great.
Yeah, Tim.
Okay. Do you have any question, Bruno?
Well, I'm just going on with the question I asked you. I have a friend of Indonesia, but
Yeah.
it's very bad because of the time zone. Like it's the same time zone of team. So when like now when it's morning here, it's evening there.
Yeah, if
So
I'm up at like 6 a.m., I can catch you guys at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
But a lot of people there, you're busy until 9. So yeah, by the time it's 8 o'clock in the morning here, most people are on their way to work here in Indonesia both. So yeah, morning most of us here in the morning, we'd never be able to talk to you guys. Time would just never work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that was my wife calling. I am the person with a driver's license, and it's time for me to go hop in the car and pick her up and get her home. So this call is ending.
That's okay. It was awesome.
Thank you so much for
Marcos,
joining us, Marcos. I really appreciate that. Bruno, 2 hours plus. Awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. Thank you.
thank you too. Marcos, are you on the group or office?
Put your guys,
Spoken.
put your phone numbers in here so you guys can connect to each other. In put your phone numbers in the chat so you can connect on
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Let me see.
Bruno, I'm assuming we're attached. We're connected on. Well, Bruno, we're connected. Marcos, I think. I'm not sure. Are we connected on WhatsApp?
Yeah, WhatsApp.
We
I
are?
think so. You send me the link on the
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Okay. Yep, I
And-
gotcha.
Okay.
So I'm good. I had people on 2 days ago, and I don't have them connected, and I'm like, oh my gosh, where do I even go find these people to talk with them again?
Okay. So you can send my number to him if you can.
Yeah, if you can find it.
Let me. Thank you. I will add.
Okay. And let's see. Marcos, I'll send you Bruno's. So that's another service this American in Malaysia is doing. It's connecting Brazilians to each other so you guys can talk English. I've had a few calls. I had a call, a couple calls like 2 months ago where I had somebody on from Brazil and somebody from like Nicaragua or Peru. So I'm translating languages. I had 2 guys on the other night, one guy from Brazil, one guy from India. Their English wasn't really compatible. So I was actually translating English to English.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's funny. And English, I think it's speak a lot of people from different country. It speak English more than native speaker.
I think you're right. And like the Indian and Pakistani way of speaking is quite different from the way you would speak in Indonesia. And that's different from how they speak in Singapore. And so it's kind of interesting. I had somebody from Indonesia one time and another guy from Peru, and the lady from Indonesia hung up and the guy in Peru was like, you understood her. I didn't.
He spent a whole time and then he asked you that question like,
I
"Did you
was
understand
glad
her?"
I was glad he didn't say it on the phone call. Yeah, this was a pretty shy
that's
lady, and she hung up pretty quickly because she just felt embarrassed. And it would have been so much worse if he had made any comment on her English. Yeah, I'm so glad he didn't say anything while she was on the phone.
Thank God.
Exactly. She still talks to me.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome.
Hey, guys, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
If you guys know people that want an American language coach, language teacher, please send them over to talk with me. I'm looking for students.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Até logo.
Ciao.
Até logo.